Libras. Alright, so let's see. Your energy. What's happening for the Libras? I know right now the moon is in Taurus. Earth energy is kind of the polarity to air, so you might be feeling that polarity. Let's see. Let's find out. So, current energy for Libra. Called. Soul gifts and training. It's time to step up. Reminds me of that saying, many are called, few are chosen. I feel like this is kind of like feeling your calling though, your sense of purpose, feeling like what you're here to do, right? We all kind of have like a sense of that. I feel it's tied to our natural talents. Our natural talents are kind of the hint as to what we're here to do, right? It's like, it's what you're good at doing, so that's what you're meant to do. Breath of the cosmos, my will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. Be careful with that, right? There's a fine line between manifesting and demanding, right? It's like when we hyperfixate on outcomes, that gives us a negative outcome, right? Because you're not just like flowing. Like part of manifesting is letting go of the outcome and living in the present moment, right? It's simply throwing out into the universe what it is that what energy you're trying to manifest in your life, whether it's the energy of money or love or whatever. Your manifestations can only really come true as long as you're able to let go of them. Right? That's the paradox. Earthed, learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. I feel you. I also feel like I'm not from here. It's hard to learn how to be human, especially when like nobody really teaches us how to be human, right? Our best example are our parents, and they're even less evolved than we are. So like how, like I feel like we have to kind of define what it means to be human, right? By case person, like situation, right? What is it to you to be human? And then we have trust the timing, trust the wave you came in on. Time is not running out, right? And so this kind of taps into micromanaging the universe, right? Expecting something to come to fruition right when you want it. That's not how it works. And you have, by letting go and trusting the timing on, you're more likely to have a positive outcome. So just be cautious of that, micromanaging the universe. Because I almost every time like I've ever done, like been pretty demanding about like certain outcomes, those are exactly the outcomes I didn't get. So if that helps. It's when you're able to let go and release and just let shit kind of fall into place as it's meant to, that things kind of start working out better. We can't control when certain opportunities come in for us. Three of Cups in reverse. Is this energy of not enjoying yourself? Three of Wands. Waiting for your ships to come in, waiting for something to happen for you. Four of Swords in reverse, not feeling like you're able to relax because you're hyperfixated on what it is that you want to come and happen for you, right? We already kind of talked about that, so I feel like it's just stating the obvious. Eight of Cups in reverse, not walking away from something that I feel like you intuitively know you probably should. This could be work, could be home life, family, friends, relationships. Take it as it resonates. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse. The reason that certain things aren't working out is because of this refusal, right? So it's like to walk away from something that no longer serves or helps you. It's kind of like, you know, the universe gives us warnings and signs and synchronicities and all these things. And if we stay stuck in a situation that's really not great for us, then you're just going to get a whole lot more of what's not great for you. Your circumstances can't change until you're willing to take steps to make it change. Page of Wands, I do see good news coming in for you, or communication. With the Fool card showing up, Aries energy, I do feel this energy that like it is time to move on or move forward. Take a step into the unknown, right? Take a leap of faith. You're being called to do something different, something outside of your comfort zone. Because not right now is not the time to relax. It's not the time to be comfortable, right? With the Four of Swords in reverse, right now it's time to step out of your comfort zone and show the universe what you actually want by taking action towards what you actually want. Four of Pentacles. You should be focusing on saving money, right? That's the problem with comfort zones, is they teach us that we don't need to save for a rainy day, or we should just take this situation for granted. And you're being told not to take a situation for granted. You're being told to kind of like prepare to walk away from a situation, prepare to leave it. Three of Pentacles in reverse, I do feel like this is where you live. Or you have 333. It's time to make alterations in your mind, body, and spirit. Nine of Swords in reverse. This is getting out of your head and not overthinking, not letting the ruminating thoughts take over your mind anymore. This is about being really headstrong at this time. Nine of Cups in reverse. I feel like you're upset that something didn't work out for you. Right? Maybe you had wished for something, but maybe you weren't in the right place, or they weren't in the right place to manifest it. It's like you have to match the energy of that which you're trying to manifest. And if you don't match the energy, then you'll lose it. Right? Strength in reverse. This ties into your weakness. This ties into the thing that like you struggle with, right? Fear, doubt, insecurity gets brought up around this. I feel like you really do need to tap into your strength, right? Because sometimes, you know, the strongest thing that we can do is to tolerate something, right? To survive something, right? It's not necessarily that you have to do anything, right? But I feel like it would take a lot of strength for you to actually embark on the unknown, right? Taking a leap of faith. That will take a lot of strength. And right now you're too focused on something that is considered a weakness. whether it's an emotional weakness like a person, or like it's feeling too comfortable in your comfort zone and not wanting to leave that. Whatever the case is, that's the area that you need to be working on. That's the area that you need to be thinking about changing. Right, so we have the Justice card, Libra energy showing up, right, with the King of Swords. It's time for you to step into your power, right? King of Swords is the king of air. You're an air sign. This is you needing to step into your power and needing to embrace your independence, right? Queen of Cups in reverse. You might even need to cut out, like if you have like an ex who dishes out more hate than anything, I feel like, or if you're hung up on an ex that really put you in a negative headspace, right? The Hierophant in reverse, somebody that pulled you away from your spirituality or stifled your growth. I feel like you're being called to really let that be in the past, really cut that out, right? Because anything that stifles your spiritual growth isn't good for you, bottom line. Yeah, the Emperor in reverse. Struggling to take action, struggling to step into that leadership role, struggling to I feel like you're kind of hanging in the balance between your masculine and feminine, and I feel like you're really being called to like tap into that. The Emperor in reverse can also refer to a father figure or boss. If it is like a father or your boss, I could see this energy of like you feeling like they don't learn or grow and that they're not good for you. You know, so you might be being called to cut them out, right? And that's hard when your own parent is one of the people that are being called to be cut out of your life. But I've been there, I know how that is, right? Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do for your own sanity, right? If they're not learning or growing or they're stifling your spiritual process and progress, then like let it go, you know. Two Pentacles in reverse. I feel like you've already made a decision. Now it's just time to take action on it. Two of Cups. I do feel that you might be entering into union pretty soon. 10 of Pentacles in reverse. I do see financial concerns or like a sense of feeling lack in regards to your finances. I wouldn't over worry about it. I would just think about how can you get more responsible with your money, or like if you're looking for a new job, you know, like what are things that can really help you along the way, right? But I do get this sense that there's a sense of lack. I do see with the Two of Pentacles, or the Two of Cups, that you are moving towards union or connection, relationship of sorts, partnership of sorts. Eight of Wands, very quickly, right? That's going to happen pretty quick. The Star could be with an Aquarius. The Star also talks about keeping the hope alive, keeping the faith alive, the light in the darkness, you know. This could also represent standing in the spotlight yourself. So I would say like the biggest concern would be like your financial security, and I feel like that is probably the easiest thing to really start working on. I mean, it's not easy by any means, but it's a lot easier than love, right? It's a lot easier to navigate money than it is to navigate emotions. So I do feel that you're gonna have to really face some deeper inner truths. Alright, we have the High Priestess in reverse, Pisces energy in reverse. This talks about doubt, right? Insecurity, fear, doubt. That also ties into the Strength in reverse, the Leo card. With the Five of Cups in reverse, I feel like you're afraid of being disappointed again. Or with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, you're afraid of somebody not showing up for you in the right way again, or feeling like you don't want your efforts to be in vain. With the Eight of Pentacles, you're looking for something that works. So you could also be working really hard on your finances, right? Because the work cards and the finance cards are really popping out. The Devil, Capricorn energy. And I feel like this is actually telling you to be a little bit selfish. And I know that's not usually the advice I would give. But in regards to what's going on, I feel like you need to take your own best interest and put that at like the forefront of all your priorities, right? This should be the biggest one, the biggest priority. This should be, taking care of yourself should be the first one. Also, the Devil talks about like money and material matters, right? Considering that this is like the devil's playground, quote unquote. So like, it's really telling you to, right now, which is strange, but it's saying that like your ego can help you out of a situation. Don't get like lost in your ego, but it can help you out of a situation. Five of Swords in reverse. This is saying to avoid conflict, right? Or that you are avoiding conflict. With the Four of Cups, that's why you need to walk away from something or somebody. Somebody could be trying to trigger you into conflict. And I keep seeing like the Emperor in reverse, and it kind of feels like if you're dealing with like a father figure or like a boss or something, you could be walking away from that if they're coming off as very immature, they're triggering you, putting you in a bad headspace, not really helping you to expand and grow. So choices. Feeling blocked or restrained. Feel like you need to pursue freedom a lot. Who in the world are you? Getting to know the new you. Getting to know you. Getting to know all about you. So yeah, dude, I feel like you're really just being called to embark on something new, embark on something liberating. Okay. Durga Kalika. In unusually challenging situations, the ways we have supported ourselves during more ordinary times are insufficient. We need to be open to divine inspiration, protection, and proceeding in new ways. Here is a portent of unexpected success. Even if everything appears to be going against you, the tide shall turn through divine grace. So the flow, right? It's like that song by Queens of the Stone Age, go with the flow. Let life kind of like take you by storm, you know? And I mean, you know, sometimes the quickest way from point A to point B is right through the path of most resistance, right? And it might be confusing at times, and it might, you know, but it is the shortcut there. Sometimes you gotta go through the hard shit to get where you want to be faster, right? And I I didn't understand that until I had to go through a similar situation myself. So it's definitely one of those situations where, you know, we have to sometimes go through the most challenging situations for the most rewarding outcomes. And you totally have the ability to go through it, but you can't lose your optimism along the way because you're also manifesting constantly. So, like, if you start going into a negative headspace, you're just going to start manifesting out of that negativity and manifesting more negativity. So, like, even in the worst times, you need to be optimistic about what's coming next, and, you know, optimistic about the ebb and flow of how the universe even works, right? To every high, there's a low. So if you're going through a really good time, you got to expect that a really hard time is going to come after. If you're going through a really hard time, you got to expect that a really good time is coming after. That's why monks like to hang in the balance of harmony, right? Because if you don't go too far up and you don't go too far down, then you just stay consistent, contented, you know? But then where's the fun in that? You know? So, like, I like the challenge of the ups and downs, you know? Once you know to expect that to every up there's a down, then, like, it makes life a lot less complicated, you know, and even the downs aren't that bad, you know, when you learn how to really navigate through it. The hardest part is overcoming your own mind, your own perspective of the matter, because your own perspective is the one that makes you think that it's so important that it must go a certain way. When I found that, I'm rather glad that some things didn't go my way. You know, there were things that I prayed for, that I tried to manifest, that I wanted so badly, and I've never been so grateful that certain things just never worked out for me. And sometimes that in itself is an answer. Um, when it doesn't happen, right? When something doesn't come through. So don't wait for something, you know, just live your life. Hey. But yeah, that's pretty much what I have for you. I hope this was helpful. Namaste. I love you guys. I'll catch you later.